Warning. The instructions in this video are all shown for educational purposes only, and I am not responsible for you using anything shown here for illegal activities. Though let's be honest, we both know you didn't come here looking to work on your school project. Alright, let's be honest. Ever since you saw movies like Hackers and Swordfish, or even worse, you're one of those wannabe anonymous skitty motherfuckers, you felt the deep latent need to be a lead hacker and have referred to yourself as Neo, only to discover that actually hacking is a pretty complicated process. And besides knowing cool words like mainframe and protocol, you don't know the first damn thing, so you probably googled around a bunch to see how the fuck you're supposed to hack into things. And I'll put good money on you stumbling on a well-known Linux penetration testing toolset known as Backtrack, which you then burned on a CD and booted up, and when greeted by a command line, which you thought was just letters on your screen meaning Windows is booting up, you were scared and confused and googled around some more, only to repeatedly see the word sudo pop up. So you googled again, and finally after rephrasing the question 20 times you stumbled upon this video, and now I am here to tell you that guess what? We're gonna use Google some more. Google, you ask? Yes, Google. Because if you really want to get your hands on juicy stuff, but you just have barely the computer know-how to log into Facebook and play Candy Crush, there are only two truths you need to concern yourself with. Number one, people are idiots who don't protect their vulnerable information, and number two, if it is on the internet, Google can't find it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Google Dorking. Let's begin. Alright, so today we're going to talk about Google Dorking. Now, Google Dorking is using a very specific search query to find certain online devices, online databases, sensitive directories, anything that is not protected, but not protected because people think, oh well, no one is ever going to find this anyway. However, we are going to find it today. Now, because I'm assuming most of you are looking at this tutorial because you don't know the first thing about hacking, I will not go too in-depth about this. Like, you can find a lot more using this. You can find foothold, sensitive directories, web server detection. Now, you're not gonna know what to do with that anyway. Feel free to look at it if you do, but for now we're gonna go with various online devices. Now, actually I'm not gonna go into this because the thing is, most of these Google Doors are usually pretty quickly patched, because when people have a web server that they're used to only log in themselves and then suddenly they get 10,000 hits, it usually gets patched up pretty quickly. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to go to the latest entries. Oh, see here, this is, I think this is today. This was today? No, it was last. No, still this is pretty recent, and this is it's a very simple one, a very clear one, VNC Viewer for Java. Now, I had checked this out another time, and I'm actually re-recording this for the second time, because the first time I did the entire thing and I forgot to record sound, which sucked major balls. But you will never fucking you are not going to believe what I found. This is the first result. This is the first result of this simple. Now, like, in title is the search operator. I will explain more about it later. Search operator followed by VNC Viewer for Java. And the first result, we're gonna run the app. It's gonna load. Run. Do not block. Login credentials are, it's all set up. It's not even password protected. We're going to connect. And we are currently inside of the computer of a flight controller. Yeah. We are watching flight control. Yeah. So this is Google Dorking. Now, if you go and check out another one, it was also a pretty interesting one. I've only clicked these two, and these two are already scrumptious. Now, the second one, run. The second one is also very interesting. This is a radar setup, I believe. For what? Oh, here we see. This is boats, camera, video controls. This is all kinds of radar, boats. This is all the ships in the vicinity, and we can just take control of it. We can look at, we can play with it, we can do anything with it. I'm not gonna do it right now because I'm just showing you how to do this. Again, I'm not responsible for anything you do with this. If planes start crashing, don't come a knocking. I didn't, yeah. Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. Now this I mean, why the hell not? Let's check it out. And nothing is happening. Like I said, it's an exact science. Sometimes things will be great, sometimes things will be boring. Today we had a pretty good haul. We had some flight controls. Let's see what we got here. Log into this bad boy. Now, we are currently logging into people's computers and taking control with nothing but Google. We are using the most widely recognized online service available to everyone to do things that really should not be in the hands of common people. Again, I think a lot of these will be this because it seems like an interesting way to set stuff up. Now anyway, on the Google search operators. Now this is where you're going to use to make a Google Dork. As you see in here, we have the in title. This means look for anything that has in the title the exact phrase. It's within quotation marks, it means exact phrase. Look for the exact phrase in the title. VNC viewer for Java. Now this is a you download a program to log into a VNC server via the internet. It'll have that, and you can think to yourself, you know, I think more people will probably have this installed. So you create this Google Dork, and well, there you go. Before you know, you are looking at other people's login portals, and they have most of their login credentials preset because people are idiots who don't remember their passwords. It's ridiculous. It's fantastic, and it's Google Dorking. Now, there's a bunch of these. We're gonna look at a couple others in here. Now this is a much more complicated one. Actually, this is a pretty simple one, I believe. I do not... Oh yeah, here. If it has in the text, I do believe that is in the actual HTML, so it doesn't look at the display text, it looks at all the text in the HTML file. It has this, which seems like a pretty complicated thing, but it's probably just a very specific part that you will find in a single device's setup. Now that is pretty much what you do. You take something specific to what you're looking for, and then you make sure it's the only thing that comes up. And before you have it, your bash history. Yeah, this is probably a directory thing. Yeah, bash is Linux server related. Now most servers will run Linux, so this will probably come up with some pretty interesting results. Bash is the programming language used by Linux command line. And in history you will probably find admin commands and other stuff you will use to your advantage. Again, this is a bit higher level. This could be used for actual hacking and getting footholds into stuff. I believe they have footholds. However, this is for now we're just gonna focus on, you know, stuff like this. VNC viewer. There's various online devices portals specifically for stuff like that. Pages containing login portals, also interesting. That's should be in here. Yeah, pages containing login portals. So just, you know, have fun, look around, and if you feel confident enough, you can use these to create your own. And if you do make a nice one, be sure to add it to this, so you can help other people out with having a fun time. Now, again, this isn't actual hacking, but for all intents and purposes, you may as well call it hacking because you are gaining access to things you aren't supposed to access. And that's it. So have fun with Google Dorking.